All right, and welcome to Fumble Fever. We are so sorry that it's been a few weeks since we've been with you guys. We've had some technical issues, but we think we've got it finally fixed and ready to go. A lot of football going down, and unfortunately, a lot of football has been postponed due to COVID-19. We already knew that was going to happen, and we'll just keep rolling with the punches as it goes throughout the rest of 2020. With the games that are still underway, we're going to do some quick fire picks, and then we're going to talk about the main game throughout the rest of the video, which for this week is going to be Georgia and Alabama. Starting at the top of our list, we're going to go ahead and start talking about Pittsburgh taking on number 13 now, Miami. Dylan, how you feeling about this one?
I got Miami.
Okay.
They're going to bounce back from the loss to Clemson.
Yeah, I'm going to take Miami too. Manny Diaz, after the game, said that Clemson and Miami were inches away from each other. I think you need to play a little bit closer than that, maybe within at least 14 points, before you can start calling it inches. Now, he was, of course, referring to the opening drive offsides penalty. That was literally 2 inches off, and it led to a Clemson score.
Mm-hmm.
And then a pass interference later on third down that also led to a Clemson score. But either way, your offense has to score something for it to be inches. Regardless of that, I think Miami's pretty good, and I think they are going to be able to beat Pittsburgh in their upcoming matchup and win, I think, a lot of the rest of their games in their season. So I'm going to go with Hurricanes as well.
I kind of figured you would.
If you're a Clemson fan, you want Miami to win. You want them to look good in this one for sure. You want them to do very well throughout the rest of the season because it continues to make Clemson look better. As we head on down to Clemson's rival, who unfortunately won't be playing this year, we have South Carolina. They're taking on number 15 Auburn.
I got Carolina. It's gonna our defense is gonna be the difference pretty much. Let's see the score, probably like 27-24 around there.
Okay. I'm not gonna say I couldn't see that because honestly I could. Auburn's only a 3-point favorite.
And that's my upset pick.
And that's your upset pick, and I'll do my upset pick at the end of the video because it'll be a different game than what we have in our slate. But
and my original upset pick was Coastal Carolina over Louisiana, but we didn't get to it before.
Not to toot your own horn or anything.
Yes,
but
I've been correct.
Coastal, and a big shout out to Coastal Carolina because they are doing a nice job now, 4-0, and after that big win over Louisiana.
Yeah, and
huge.
Since it happened yesterday, I can't pick them.
Unfortunately,
again.
But so we'll see how the rest of those upset picks go for you throughout the year.
4-1.
Yep.
3-2.
3-2. One of mine was a overtime. I'm still salty about that, but it is what it is.
Good luck next time.
Good luck next time. We'll see how it fares and how all that fares. But as far as this Auburn South Carolina game, I could see South Carolina winning. I'm gonna go with Auburn. I think that the talent's just a little bit too much for South Carolina to handle. Carolina got their mojo back in, against Vandy. Got to work some of those kinks out. I think the offense looks pretty decent for the first time in a while. So I like that moving forward for Carolina. If there is a chance for them to upset a top 25 team, it's this week against Auburn. So I'm not going to be shocked at all if Carolina pulls that out. But I'm going to go with Auburn, and we'll see how that goes. But it should be a pretty fun game. And we have Kentucky taking on Tennessee. This is a game that you and I was talking about the beginning of the season because we both like these two teams a lot. How do you feel about this game in particular?
I was jumping back and forth pretty much all day.
Yeah.
But I think Kentucky is very desperate for a win right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Tennessee to win.
So you think Kentucky's desperate for a win,
Yep.
So Tennessee, by that logic, Tennessee...
Yep.
Okay, I had to backtrack that and...
Yeah, I made you think I was going to pick Kentucky, right?
You did, yeah. You pulled a Lee Corso on me. So, no, I think I'm going to go with Tennessee as well. Like you said, Kentucky's desperate for a win.
I mean, I won't be surprised if Kentucky won either.
I wouldn't either, but I think Tennessee's just a little bit better. I've liked the gameplay that we've seen from the Vols so far this season, and I think they have more to offer.
Definitely.
As we move on down to an ACC game, we have Louisville. They're taking on Notre Dame. Haven't been too hot for Louisville for the Cards recently. You see any chance here?
Not what we expected, but
not at all.
Nope, I don't see any chance.
Notre
Dame probably at least by 30.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with Louisville for the rest of this season. Mm-hmm. They've showed me everything I need to see. I'm going to take Notre Dame by at least 2 touchdowns or more. As we head on down the list, we see Ole Miss taking on Arkansas. This is actually, according to the experts, according to the spread, it's supposed to be a pretty close game. How do you feel about this one?
I got Ole Miss with a little bit better offense in this one.
Yeah, and Ole Miss only favored by 2 points in this game, so I actually am going to throw. I like Arkansas. What they've done so far, it's been much improved.
Way improved.
But it's easy to be improved when you were Arkansas all these years. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I actually think Ole Miss is going to win by 2 touchdowns or more. I'm going to go ahead and call that shot because the offensive firepower, even though Arkansas has picked it up a little bit, Ole Miss's offensive firepower just a little bit too much to handle. Heading down to Texas A&M and Mississippi State. Seems like an interesting one. Mississippi State's been all over the place. How do you feel?
I got Texas A&M. I think they're rolling this one.
You think they're going to roll in this one? I think it's going to be a little bit closer. I'm going to go... part of me wants to pick Mississippi State. And part of me is feeling like they could hold their own until the very end. But I'm going to go with Texas A&M. Was not pleased at all with Mississippi State's performance against Kentucky, only getting 2 points from a safety, not scoring on offense.
Kentucky's defense is good, but they're not that good, though.
Exactly. So that shouldn't have happened. None of that should have happened. I'll see if KJ Costello bounces back or not, but I think I'm going to have to go with Texas A&M, who has a real good running back that they found in the last game last week. That he did very well. In that win versus Florida. So, big things, and we'll see how that fares. As we head down the line, we have one more game to cover before we get to the big one. We've got Boston College taking on number 23, Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. Is that night? At Virginia Tech, so I got them.
That's good enough reasoning for me. I mean, Virginia Tech at night is always a fun place to be and a scary place for the opposing teams, even with COVID restrictions. I'm going to go with Virginia Tech as well. I think it's close, though. I like Boston College. I've liked what they've been doing this season. I think they're going to play a lot of teams closer than people think, and I think they're going to get some sneaky wins as well. And I was glad to got my upset last week with BC and to get me back to the win column where I needed to be.
I'll let you pick first for Georgia and Alabama this time, okay?
Okay, we can do that. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my upset pick before we get to that game.
Okay.
I'm going to go on a limb here. This is I'm picking North Texas over Middle Tennessee State. They're both 1-4 and 1-3 respectively. Somebody has to win, right? Middle Tennessee State favored by 6, and I think Mean Green's going to come in and get the W and show that they're the better of the bad teams. So we'll see how that fares. Now, heading to Georgia and Alabama. This one looks like a pretty fun game. Got 2 teams. I think Alabama especially is hoping that they've been able to figure out their defensive situation. Nick Saban was not happy, to say the least. That would be an understatement.
He has COVID now.
He has COVID now, so he won't be attending this game. I think he's the type of coach that he's got his team prepared, whether they have him there or not. So I'm not too worried about that at all. That's not playing into a factor into this one for me. Georgia looks a lot better than I was thinking, especially with their quarterback situation. To be doing the things that they're doing is a very good job. He's done a nice job. Pick that up.
Fourth string, right?
And, yeah, he's got quite a story too. By the way, with him, he was originally going to. Yeah,
you shared it.
I will share it. Yeah, absolutely. So he was originally going to Georgia when he came out of high school, and he ended up leaving midway through to transfer over to a junior college. Played his 2 years at the junior college, and now he's back to where he's always wanted to play his entire life growing up, and he's proud to be a Bulldog. So
good place to play.
good place to play. Always good energy from the crowd, and it's growing up where he grew up, he always dreamed of being a Bulldog. Now he's got his chance. So good for him, and hope that he continues. Like I said, I like Georgia a lot here, and I think Alabama, like I said, has shown their weaknesses on defense, where I think Georgia can put up a lot of points. I think this game can be a high-scoring ball game, which is, by the way, SEC's turned into the Big 12 all of a sudden. I mean, with the way that they've been scoring.
If this is a shootout, Georgia's going to lose, I think.
Well, I actually am picking Alabama in a shootout, so that reasoning works for me, and that's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with that. With the Tide.
You know I like defense, right?
Yeah.
So
you do?
Georgia has one of the best defenses in the country, right?
Yeah, roughly.
I would say that.
You could argue, yeah.
I say that they have one of the best.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go Georgia. I say 24-21.
Okay, so a lot lower, probably than what I'm.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
expecting.
only way for them to win is if they keep it low scoring. If it gets over 30, they're not gonna win.
Yeah, got to keep Bama in check for sure. I think it should be. It could go either way. You know, it should be a pretty fun matchup, but we'll see how that fares coming up. We hope with you continue to follow with us as we follow these games, and maybe in the future we'll start doing some recaps on some of these games instead of just predictions, and try to get you some more content as well, and start playing some games again. Keep things fresh and entertaining for you guys. We want to thank you for watching this video, and hope that you continue to support us on Twitter at Fumble Fever.
And leave a like and hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you want.
Thank you guys.